Hey guys, this is Jack and you're watching Thomas and Jack Do Movies. Since this is a channel where we talk about movies, I figured I would just talk about movies. Since I don't know, we've never done like a news video, and that's kind of what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to kind of cover things that have happened for the past couple weeks, Right now, I'm not in the studio again. I know you haven't seen a video of the studio in a while, but I'm at Tri-State Truck and Auto Salvage, and right now, but we've had some video issues and stuff, so I figured I'd just do this real quick. So first off, I'd like to talk about Star Wars. They finally quit shooting, or they didn't quit, they finished shooting. Episode 9 has officially finished the main part of their shooting. They have reshoots scheduled for April or July or something, which is typical for a big blockbuster movie like this. They always have reshoots. I know Endgame finished their reshoots only like 2 or 3 months ago, so that's not big or different. Now, Solo was a different story where they actually reshot like 80% of the movie, and that is rare. So yeah, Star Wars news, that's the Star Wars news. That's all we have for Star Wars. We haven't had any Star Wars news for months, probably 6 months, and this is the first thing about Episode 9. And they're done shooting. They showed this picture right here of them all hugging and crying because this franchise is terrible now. At least that's what my friend Silas said. He said they're all hugging and crying because it's such a bad franchise now. Such a bad story. And I'm not excited for it at all, for the record. I'm excited to see it fail. That's one thing. But everything else, I'm not excited for this darn movie at all. Alright, so number 2 on the agenda is Captain Marvel. It comes out in a couple weeks. Or maybe it's only 1 week now. Anyway, very soon. And last week, I'm just going to talk about how everyone's not very excited for it. Kind of like I'm not excited for Episode 9. I got on Rotten Tomatoes a couple weeks ago, and they have a poll that asks you, are you going to go see this movie? And it was at like 80% maybe. And then Brie Larson did this interview where she was all going feminist and like, this movie's not for white men in their 40s, and she's like, I don't want to have 40-year-old men reviewing my movie, because my movie's about a strong woman. And I'm all for strong women, right? I mean, I'm okay with that, okay? It's not like I'm not for that. And we have Black Widow. I mean, think about John Connor's mom. I forgot her name. Ripley from Alien. There's all these strong female women. And even side characters. Like John Wick has a side character who's a woman, and she's strong. Me, like a lot of other people, don't like it when these women are all for equalness, but then they single out women. You can't have it equal when you only have one gender on the scale, because both genders are going to go watch this movie. It's going to be female and male, and honestly, the majority is going to be male. So either you want your movie to fail, Brie Larson, or I don't know. That's pretty much it. Because my point was, I got on, the percentage of people who wanted to go see this movie was like 80%. Okay, I checked it a couple days ago, and it's down to like 50% for a Marvel movie. And you go look at Endgame, and it's like 99% want to go see this movie. I'm surprised it's not 100, but 50%. And I was stunned. But then I saw this one guy, he was talking about how Brie Larson did this interview, and she's all like, this isn't for white men. This is for strong women. Yeah, okay. It's great. If they had promoted Iron Man in this way where they're like, it has a strong male lead. Guess what? Iron Man is a man. That's just who he is. Captain Marvel's a woman. You can't advertise someone for their gender when that's how they've been for years. Everyone knows that she's if she's gonna be in a Marvel, if she's the lead in a Marvel movie, she's gonna be strong. You don't need to be like, she's gonna be the strongest because she's a woman. They didn't do that for Iron Man, they didn't do that for Thor, they didn't do that for Captain America. They promoted it like an actual movie, and they did awesome. So I'm definitely less excited for this movie. But yeah, it comes out in a couple weeks. I think it'll be a good movie. It's just they've been promoting it all wrong, and I think it will probably fail. Anyway, next on the agenda, another thing for Captain Marvel. A week ago, box office predictions for this movie was like 160, 200 million opening weekend. That's that's a lot of money. Just this week, it went down to only 100 million. Only. Still a lot of money, but really, for a Marvel movie, it went from 160 to 100. Now, Black Panther last year, they predicted like 150 million opening weekend, and it ended up being like 240. But they promoted it right. Everyone knows that it was going to be a whole just all black cast, you know. But they didn't go into it like, I don't know, sure they said the first Marvel movie with all black cast, main cast, you know. But they didn't just overextend themselves. For example, you know, they didn't say, since this is a just 100% black cast, it's like one white dude, you know. But since this is all black cast, this movie isn't for you white males. No. Wouldn't that be crazy if a white man actually went to see this movie and liked it? That would be insane and crazy, and that's not the point of this movie. This is the point of the movie. The point of this movie is for racial justice, and, you know, I'm not racist, but that's how they're promoting Captain Marvel, only in a feminist way. And that's my point. I wouldn't want Black Panther to do that, and they didn't, and I really enjoyed the movie. Me. Yeah. See, what other news? I went and saw How to Train Your Dragon, and if I were going to do a super quick review, I would say visuals, stunning, animation, you know, this movie took 5 gosh darn years to make, and it is so good. I think it's a perfect ending to the Hiccup Astrid trilogy and Toothless trilogy. They end it so well. They don't end it by just cutting it to a black screen and being like, the end. You know, they actually end it to where you feel satisfied with the ending. You know, you don't feel like there needs to be a 4th movie made for us to know what happens. And I really, really enjoyed this movie. I loved it. Sorry, Thomas just texted me. I really love this movie. If I were going to give it a ranking, I'd say it's about as good as Bumblebee. I'd probably say 9.3. Amazing movie. Also saw the Lego Movie 2. I didn't think it was quite as good as the first one because Lego Movie was so new and so creative and so different. And the villain, Lord Business, was so good. I just didn't feel that with this movie. A lot of the jokes didn't quite land with me, and honestly the movie felt short and just not as good. It felt more sloppy. It felt like they didn't think through it enough. And don't get me wrong, it's a really good movie. It's just How to Train Your Dragon was definitely better. So yeah, Fighting With My Family released this week, and nothing but good reviews, like 98%, or not 98, like 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, I believe. Gotten great reviews. I actually do want to go see this movie, so hopefully I will. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news right now. Aladdin trailer, that's right. This came out a couple weeks ago. the dislikes on this thing. Hopefully I'll show you like right here somewhere, but it's insane. And honestly, it's the first trailer. My sister, I went with my sister and my friend to go see How to Train Your Dragon, and they played the Aladdin trailer. And my sister hadn't seen the Aladdin trailer yet, and this was the one before it actually shows Will Smith Genie. And she was like, "Wow, this is so cool!" You know, she was like, "Wow, this is awesome! I can't wait to go see this." But it's vague. You know, it's really, really vague. And I thought that was fine for a first teaser. But then the next one that they released a couple weeks ago, it's really vague too. And then they gave us this super crappy CGI genie, like super crappy. This is insane. I watched this video. I might actually put a link to it down below. It's hilarious. He starts it off and he says, guys, we're about to release the Aladdin trailer in like 10 minutes. We need a genie right now. And in 10 minutes, he creates a CGI genie and has him do like the hand motions. But it is really bad, but it's insane when you compare this 10-minute made genie to the actual $100 million genie, and you're like, holy cow, something went wrong and they messed up. Anyway, guys, so that's pretty much all I have today for the video. Yeah, that's all the movie news that I can really think of. Still really excited for Endgame. But yeah, I'll just end the video here. If I missed something, tell me down in the comments. I'll have a link below to that genie video. It's hilarious. It's so good. So yeah, see you next time on Thomas Jack Do Movies, and peace out.